Hey, what is up? Welcome back to another video. So what I have you guys today is a video on how to stack or stacking sigils and outward, and it's a new method that I didn't discover. Someone actually in one of my videos commented and said you can do this, and I actually have never thought about it. So I went on outward and I did it, and it seems pretty OP, so I decided to show it to you guys. So in order to get the wind sigil, you can get the cold or the ice one, you can get the fire, and then in order to activate the wind one, every biome has to have a wind altar that you're going to want to activate in order to get it. Because you activated the altar, you're able to now use the sigils. And the cool thing about the wind sigil is it doesn't cost any stones to use. It just has a long cooldown. And all I'm using right now is Spark. Now, if you don't notice, Spark only combines with the wind and the fire. Ice, it does not combine with. Some other elements or some other spells will combine with ice, and I will show you those spells right now. So when I was going through them, I discovered that mana push is what activates with the ice. So you can use the mana push while you're in ice, and it will shoot one of the ice projectiles out, and it does a lot of damage and pushes them back as well. Now, the push doesn't work with the fire or wind, but you can still have the wind and fire up. It will just only activate with the ice. You can see while having both the fire and the wind up, using a spark will activate both of them, so you're pretty much doing double the damage. You're doing with lightning and fire. And as you saw there, my mana ward ability used both a fire and ice, so it will activate with both of those. And then what the ice does is it does a sort of AoE attack from close range and will slow enemies, do a lot of damage. And the fire gives you a buff slash debuff, as you can see here. Pretty much it will make your fire damage go by have 30% more, but it will also, you'll be lit on fire and your health will decrease a little bit. Not nearly as much as when you're normally set on fire. So if you're someone that likes to use the fire damage or the fire element in this game, then I'd really advise using this because it will just increase your damage that much more. Now right now you can see I'm just testing out with the spark and the push to see how effective they are against this creature. Now the spark is more close range, the push will go a lot longer or a lot further, and then you have the magic war that is extremely close. So I'm able to get through that guy really easy, and I'm not even using everything that I have. Going back to the wind sigils in this, in order to unlock them, like I've said before, you need to find one of the wind altars. And right here on the map in the desert region, you can just go here, go to the altar, unlock it, and it's as easy as that, and you can start using it. And every region has one of these, so you're going to want to look at the map to find it and unlock it so you can use this technique. Now right now, I am not in any sigil. And the reason I'm able to still use my element is because of a build that I made a couple of days ago, if you look at my channel. And I just think it works really well with this because when you're not inside the circle, you can still finish off the enemies. Because in that case, I tried leading them back, but the sigil actually disappeared, so I didn't have anything to use. Having all these abilities and skills at your disposal, you can just constantly keep the guy away from you, so I'm able to push him back right there. I'm able to use my mana ward and finish him off, and it's just quite useful because you can roll around in the circle, you can go in and out of it, you can push him back with the push, you can use the ward to protect yourself. It's quite useful. If you get the hang of it, you're going to be pretty much invincible, and even against the strongest targets or the strongest enemies in the game, they won't stand a chance against you if you're inside the sigils. The negatives of this playstyle, as you can probably already tell, setting up the sigils can sometimes take a long time, so you should devote about 10 to 12 seconds of your battle time setting it up. And then once you do that, you're going to run at them, aggro them, and lead them back to your circle. So once again, me having the build that I do, I'm able to shoot them even though I'm not in the sigil and lure them over to where I can do a lot more damage. So I'm going to bring them over. But the one problem is, the only sigil that lasts long enough for you to constantly use is going to be the wind. You're gonna have to, I believe the fire and the ice only lasts a couple seconds when you're not on it. But the wind will last a little longer, so you're gonna want to be careful about going too far away from the sigil or else it will disappear. Now, another problem with this playstyle they're going to have to work around is how straight the elements go, or how straight the projectiles go. As you can see here, the guy's a little below me, and because of that, most of my projectiles are going over him. So I should have locked onto him here. And it's pretty cool, though, that I can sort of deflect his fire. If I shoot the fire at the same time he shoots his fire, it'll actually stop it completely. But you can see that the element is just going right over his head. There you go, I stopped it in there. But the thing about the spark is it lowers a little bit, so if you want to hit someone from lower range, you're going to use a spark. A nice 1-2 combo there. It's instantly dead. Another thing that I consistently did while using this playstyle is to buff the hell out of my character. So what I mean by that is going into the skills or the spells or whatever, and doing everything that will increase my elemental damage. So like my warm boon, the light boon for the lightning, the cool boon for the cold or the ice. And I would just use that before battle if I could, so I'm doing a lot more damage, and I also have resistance to things like fire, ice, and lightning. Once again, one annoying thing about this is I'm able to shoot them from long range, like that guy hit, but they're aggroed onto another creature, so they're just running away. And because I either suck at aiming, or, I mean, most of the projectiles are going over them because it's not a straight path, and you can't really lock on from this range, so you can't get a hit on them. You're going to have to follow them, and you just wasted 2 sigils because I didn't prepare the battle correctly. So here, I'm able to prepare it, but as you saw just now, the sigils disappeared because I took too long in doing so. And in this battle, I was only able to put down 2, but 2 should be enough. Because the wind takes a lot longer to put down than the fire and the ice. There you go. The ice mana push does the most damage, in my opinion, as well. That ability right there was not the sigil once again. That's just my build. And I probably should have put fire on as my element because of the extra damage when I do the mana ward inside the fire sigil. I end up doing that, so that's a nice little strategy you can do. See, right there, I did the mana ward not because I needed to push someone away or someone was close to me, but because I wanted the fire damage bonus. Pretty easy to take that guy down. And the dude over here, once again, he's higher than I am, and I can't lock on to him from this range. So I have to push him a little bit. I try to get his attention and lead him back. Hey, bud. Aggro to me. There we go. I'm going to lead him back a little bit, get back in my circle, and now I'm able to just completely destroy him. I'm going to take on a much stronger target, the Royal Mana Core. This is easily one of the strongest things in the game. And also, I do not have my Wind Altar, or I have not unlocked the Wind Altar in this region with this character, so I'm only able to use the 2 sigils. This deer had to freaking ruin things. I'm going to kill him first and then get the attention of the Mana Core again. So once again, I don't have the wind, so I'm not going to be doing any lightning damage against this dude. I'm gonna run at him, the aggro real quick, because he's just sitting there doing nothing. And we got his attention. We'll bring him back to the sigil. And fire away at him. So locking on can sometimes help, but in this situation where he's close range, I decided not to lock on because I'm able to maneuver a lot more easy. You know, running in and out of the circle. Here the circles ran out, but because I have my build, I'm able to shoot him even without it, and then he just... The last area I'm going to show you is in the forest region. You can see the other wind temple. I'm just showing that there is more than one wind temple, and every region has one. So this is the other wind temple, the wind temple of Cabal, or the Cabal wind temple, I believe it's called. And once you go in here, you're gonna just try to find the altar. You're gonna have to face this dude before. I decided to attack him to show what I got and show my abilities. He wasn't too difficult. I wasn't gonna have the wind sigil, so I wasn't able to do as much damage as in the desert. But this guy still wasn't hard, and he usually put up a decent fight. Anyway, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, sub if you're not already sub, and the notification bell on if you want to see more of these videos in the future. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.